Say about the AFC South. So I think.
There's a history in this league of
Brought him up.
That's an example.
So
I didn't want to make
finish
him the
this.
subject.
For those who believe, for those who are ready.
You have no idea what song
I
it is.
have no idea what song it is.
It's a hot song right now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back on another episode of the Doug Saravo Show, which is brought to you by Unsolicited Role Models, the role models you may not want, but you may just need. So Shane is back on another episode. Welcome back, Shane.
Good to be back, Mr. Doug.
So a week ago today, I made a spontaneous trip to Colorado. I finally got out there to see it.
Yeah. What'd you think?
I had a great time. I thought it was nice. It was nice and quiet. Like when we went into Denver, and we saw the stadiums. First, we saw the Denver Broncos stadium.
Yes, sir.
Then we saw the Rockies stadium.
The worst.
It was
team in
nice
baseball.
and quiet in this city for 1:30. You go to any other city like New York or Philly, especially New York City, it is loud, it's noisy, there's lots of people around you.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed that part of Denver. It was nice and quiet.
Denver's a bit quiet, but people here think it's like the surrounding area around Denver. It's like gets a little hectic. You know how.
Yeah.
Did you saw like the traffic and stuff, right? It was a little bit hectic, right?
Yeah, the traffic was hectic, but into the city, it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad at all. Once you get into the city, it's like quiet. It's like dead. It's weird.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. From someone that's coming from the tri-state area, driving through Newark, New York City, madhouse. It wasn't like that in Denver.
So when whatchamacallit, but the roads get a little weird. So like some roads only go one way.
Yeah, I noticed that on the mountains.
Yeah, they only go one way. And like you can't like turn around or something like that. It's you gotta be careful too. Like someone day while I was driving through Denver, I was going the wrong way, like facing the other way of traffic.
Yeah.
That's why I had to like turn around. I was like, oh crap, no.
Yeah, I think making those U-turns would be tough.
Yeah. What did you think of the stadiums and stuff? So,
well, I might go back there to see the Giants take on the Broncos this year.
Now, did you get a headache?
Still there.
Did you get a headache?
No, I didn't get that headache that everyone was talking about.
Yeah, like they say when you fly when I first flew into Denver, I had a headache. I felt lightheaded probably because I had like a Hawaii because we were at a layover from Hawaii. But
and you know what's crazy? I didn't even feel my allergies.
Really? Yeah. So
yeah, my allergies were fine.
Did you notice how dry it was?
No, I didn't notice any of that. That's what I'm saying. It felt fine to me.
Well, when you're here for a while, you'll like my lips chap up quick. Your hands start getting dry. Like I'm always putting lotion on just to keep my hands moist.
Yeah. Not so much. Yeah, not so much. I didn't feel anything there.
How'd you like the hotel?
Hotel was nice. You gave us that suggestion.
The conspiracy airport.
Which was?
Denver Airport.
What do you mean by conspiracy airport?
So they say there's like talking gargoyles there. There's like the Illuminati is like underneath there. They have like secret meetings.
Yeah, I don't know. I never heard about that.
That's another reason I was like, they built a Costco distribution center next to the Denver International Airport, which is like, mind you, they have a plaque there that says New World Airport Commission, which is not even a thing.
Yeah.
It's like, nobody's ever heard of that. And it's like, they have a plaque there. They say there's like tunnels underneath there and stuff. It's some conspiracy stuff they have.
Yeah, I didn't hear that.
Look it up though, because
let's see. Is what conspiracy airport?
Denver conspiracy. Denver DIA conspiracies. Denver International Airport conspiracies.
All right, this is what it says. This is what AI gave me. Denver International Airport, also known as DEN, is the subject of numerous conspiracy theories. These theories range from the airport being a secret headquarters for the Illuminati or New World Order plot to the runways being shaped like a swastika. Some theories also focus on the murals, sculptures like Lucifer and the time capsule, claiming they symbolize dark or sinister things.
Yeah, did you see that blue horse?
No, because my main focus was getting to you.
Well, when you went back,
No, I didn't really pay attention to any of that. I did not see a blue horse.
there was. Well, if you do come back again, there was a blue horse with glowing red eyes. That is Lucifer. That is the horse that guards the Denver airport.
Yeah,
Do not mess
I
with
didn't
that
see
horse.
that.
I'll send you a picture of it, man. But that horse, man, is the conspiracy horse. But I didn't really get to show you a lot, but I did get.
Yeah,
to
we had like what, 3 days or so there.
3 days, and I had to go to work like one of the days.
Yeah.
Whatchamacallit. They had. I didn't get to show you the Coors Light factory.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that again. I'll be back.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll try it again, bro. But they're basically these people. This like the mountains are their version of the beach.
Oh yeah, I figured that because you didn't have any beaches in Colorado.
We don't have beaches in Colorado. These people
you're nowhere really near the water.
These people go to the mountains, or they go travel somewhere else, because they got the airport nearby. That airport is like basically easy access to get into that airport.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't that bad. I think when I returned, it took me maybe 5 minutes just to get through security.
Yeah, it's a very easy airport to get through. It's not like Newark Airport, Yeah, but most of the people come from California or the Midwest, and the Midwest has nothing, but Colorado has mountains, where these people will go and take trips into the mountains. They'll go hike and stuff like that. What'd you think of Colorado Springs?
That was the first one we went to, right? Or the only one?
Well, we went into Denver and then we drove down to Colorado Springs.
Yeah,
when you met your
where
buddy
the hike we took, the Garden of Gods, right?
Yes, that's Garden.
Yeah, it was nice. I really enjoyed that part of the trip. Besides the hockey game and seeing you, of course. But
Yeah,
it was great. It was a nice walk. I really had no complaints about it. It wasn't really
Garden
that
of the
hot.
Gods is basically like one of the premier, like people go and visit Colorado for Garden of the Gods and Colorado Springs. Now they're you notice down in Colorado Springs they're a bit conservative down there, have you?
Yeah.
They're a little bit, but it's still a little bit of a mix of liberals, right?
Yeah, I think when we went to the carnival, that you could tell that was the liberal area.
Yeah, with the you notice that was like compared to like Perth Amboy.
Yeah, but even to the way the people presented themselves, it wasn't just like when you have like blue hair or something, you could tell where they stand. Not to be stereotypical, but you could tell.
Yeah,
you could tell that was like the inner city part of the city.
But that mall was pretty nice, though. They had like arcades and stuff. They had pretty.
Yeah, that was a nice mall. It wasn't really even that crowded, too.
Yeah.
The carnival was fun.
Carnival was fun. What is it? What else do we do? The hockey game.
Yeah, that was a great game, and I made the big
Ball
screen
Arena.
because
What did you think of Ball Arena?
it was nice. It was crowded, but it was nice, and everyone was nice. I made the big screen because I had my Blackwood jersey, and I was like, yo, Mackenzie, because he's a former Devil now playing with the Avalanche. I was holding my jersey like this. And next thing you know, one of the Avs fans pointed to me and was like, yo, you're on the big screen. I'm like, oh. So it's funny because when I go to Devil games,
That was cool, honestly.
Yeah, it's funny because Shane, when I go to Devil games, I don't make the big screen, but I go to Colorado once. I go to an Avalanche game once, and I make the big screen.
Yeah, I mean that's what's the stadium called where the Devils play at?
Prudential Center.
Prudential Center. What did you think? Did you think Ball Arena was more jumping than Devils games?
Yeah, well, they're also a good team. The Avalanche, the Devils are basically trying to get to that level, so I kind of expect it, but at the same time, I want that vibe. Like I want I want the crowd to be into it.
Yes, that's where I noticed. Like this is different than a Devils game. This is a little bit more hyped up than a Devils game was.
Yeah, and you were actually more into it than the Devils games I've taken you to.
Now, mind you, these are what these peoples do. And I said to you there, I said to you, these people go to the mountains, they come down to Denver, they party, they play their sports, they work, and then they go up in the mountains again.
Yeah.
And did you notice how when after you went to the Devils game, I took you to Garden of the Gods, and it felt peaceful.
Yeah.
Did you notice that? That's how these
was.
Colorados
I'm not denying
operate.
that.
Yeah, this is how they operate out here, which I think is a cool way of doing it. It's like you go to Jersey,
that's your lifestyle.
It's their lifestyle. But if you go to Jersey, you work in what do you get? Like they go to the shore to party, and then they come back, and there's fucking 20 cops running around the freaking interstate. You know?
Yeah.
I know
that's the country part of the world. Colorado, the Midwest.
Yes, that's what I like about Colorado. It feels a little bit more free. What is it? That's what these people do. They go to like the concerts, they'll party the night before, and then go up in the mountains and hike.
Yeah,
that's what they like to do out here.
Yeah, they're enjoying God's creation. They're enjoying the gifts that God gave us.
Yes.
Whereas people out here, people in the tri-state area, whether it's New York, Jersey, their main thing is money. Like, look at me, I got money. People in Colorado, they're appreciating life. They're appreciating every moment that they have.
Yes,
whereas
that's
over here, people want to be the best thing ever. They want to be the most big shot. I feel like people in Colorado and Denver, maybe not all, but some, are more humble the way they live their lives. They're not there to show off.
Honestly, I think they
at least from my perspective.
From my perspective, I think they got a bit more money than they did out in New Jersey. Out here,
yeah, but at the same time, they don't advertise it.
No, they don't advertise.
Like they're more humble.
So these people, I will literally drive on I-70 when we were driving there with like dually trucks, freaking huge, jacked up lifted trucks. I mean, Doug, how much are those fucking trucks, bro? Like already, bro, that's like F-250.
Quite a lot.
That's a lot of money. Like these people think that like Benz, like Mercedes, like if I drive a Benz, I'm a big shot. I'm like, bro, those dually trucks, bro. Those jacked up trucks, man. Those things are a bit of coin right there, man. So
no, I get that, but then you could tell they're that's not their only thing. That's not their personality.
No. Yeah, like I have, like you saw my truck. My truck's got like a bed set up in it, and I'll go out and like camp in it sometimes, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's how they operate out here. But I think it's a pretty cool state.
Yeah, I think John had a good time.
Yeah.
Stressing us out a little bit on the trip, like he always
did have
does,
a good time, man.
Yeah, he did have a good time. But yeah, and then we had some good food. We had some good food at I think it was called View House Ballpark. The first thing we ate was in by the Rocky Stadium, and then we went to a burger place when we saw Gleb.
Yeah, they was all right. I mean, I wasn't too thrilled. I mean, the food scene in Denver, I'll tell you right now, the food on the East Coast hits different than the food in Denver.
It does.
The food on the East Coast is better than the food in Denver.
It's also the water. Like people compare pizzas. You know, what pizza is better? I think using New York water is better for pizzas compared to like Chicago. So like the water makes a big impact.
Yeah, like there's like a pizza place in Denver that tries to replicate New York's water so they can make a New York style pizza. I forget the place it is, but there is a place in Denver that tries to replicate New York's water. So yeah, that's some pretty cool stuff. So, but
Yeah,
overall,
I enjoyed the trip. Like, I can't complain about it. I mean, some things I can complain about.
yeah, I could complain about some things, man.
Me too, and we'll keep that off the air. But
Must be nice.
that's why I left my wallet in your truck the last day.
Yeah,
Luckily, it was in your truck. It was just cash. I said, Shane, take the cash and just send me it on
I got a
Zelle.
Trump wallet.
Yeah, you got my Trump wallet.
Yeah, I got a Trump wallet now.
Must be nice.
Must be nice.
But yeah, it was funny. And then tell the story about why your windshield is cracked.
So, when you're driving on the roads, the back roads of Colorado, the rocks and pebbles flick up from other vehicles, and it'll hit your windshield, and then you hit a pothole, and then guess what? The windshield cracks, and it just keeps expanding
So
until
how come you don't fix it?
because you're just gonna get another rock, is what the people were telling me. It's just like it's not even worth fixing it.
Yeah.
It's just the way I'm thing out here.
But yeah, it was funny. I really enjoyed that trip. Next time I come down, it's just gonna be you and I, or maybe
Yeah,
James or my mom. I'm not bringing John this time around.
I mean, honestly, like if you do come down again, like just bring a rental, or something, But
Yeah, but I got
honestly,
you as my driver.
I moved here specifically for a job and to see the country. And honestly, Denver does it pretty good. Honestly, like it's
Yeah,
a
I
little
had no complaints.
the city's a little slept on. Honestly, if you think about it, Doug,
It is.
it's slept on. But when you go there, it's like, whoa, this is cool. I like this.
Yeah,
This,
I would go back in a heartbeat. I would live there if I got a broadcasting job somewhere. There's
yeah,
plenty of teams out there to work for. But yeah, I really enjoyed this trip.
yeah, it was pretty cool, honestly.
Were you surprised when I texted you?
Yeah, I was. I was like, what?
How did you react to that?
I was like, oh fuck, he's coming in. I was like, all right, yeah. I would have loved to have showed you the Costco I work at.
Next time.
It's literally identical than the. It's like the same shit you're doing at your job, but it's in Colorado,
Yeah, that's a difference.
and that's all the difference you need, bro. Like honestly,
No,
like,
I know, but
so I get a bunch of vacay and personal time, and I could use those. I could fly back. I could fly to Hawaii, and like I could get like a cheap flight to Hawaii, Doug.
yeah, because you're not coming from Jersey. It's a lot shorter.
Yeah, it's shorter,
But
and
here's the thing with me. If I have a cruise booked in September and I'm living in Denver, I got to take a flight.
yeah,
I got to do all that stuff. At
that's
least
what
I'm
I'm trying
20
to tell
minutes
you.
from
Like
port.
that's why I might not be able to make these cruises because I got to take a flight, this, that, and I was like, oh crap.
There's nothing wrong with that.
But yeah, how was the flight back and flight in?
The flight in felt like forever.
Yeah.
But the flight going home, that went by fast.
Okay.
That one went by fast.
Did you have a layover or anything or connecting
No,
flight?
but it was delayed multiple times from 1:50 to 3:30 to 4 o'clock. Then it was 3:55.
Okay.
So besides that, everything was fine. I really had no complaints about this trip. I really didn't.
All right.
If I had to pick a state where I would live, it's between, again, depends on my career, but it's between South Carolina, maybe Charleston, Colorado, Denver, Colorado Springs.
Colorado Springs is one of the most desirable places to live in the U.S.
Yeah, I believe it.
It's one of the most desirable places. You're right up there with the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
The people down there are conservative. There's a bunch of military bases. And you got Pikes Peak in the background.
Was that the one that cost $50?
Yeah, the one that we wanted to go up to is $50. They consider that America's mountain. So when I went up there, it was $10. But since it's the opening season now, it's like $50 now.
Yeah, but I
I
don't
thought it was
understand why it costs that much just to look at the mountain.
You drive up the mountain.
No, I know, but at the end of the day, it's God's creation, I believe.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to pay for that.
Yeah,
there's so
honestly.
much money involved in the world that it makes no sense to me.
Can't have. Yeah, it must be nice. What else did you like about it, Doug?
Like I said, I'm a fall guy, so I liked the fact that it wasn't too hot, it wasn't too cold.
Yeah.
That's what I liked.
Mind you, the winters do suck out here.
So they suck in Jersey too, so.
No, they really suck out here. Like it's like it'll snow like one day, melt, then snow again, melt.
Okay,
snow
that's
again.
better than it's staying.
Yeah, and it gets into the negatives. Like it like honestly, I think the winters kind of suck out here. But it's Colorado, what do you expect? You're living in a mountain state.
Yeah.
Now, what did you think of Seattle when you went to Seattle?
You could tell it was liberal.
Because you've been to some cities, and I've been to some cities.
Seattle was far from like the hotel. Like you can't really. You have to, if you're gonna stay out, you have to stay outside of the city.
Because I've been to some cities that you haven't been to. Like you haven't been to Vegas yet, right?
No, I haven't. Like Seattle, I don't think I could live in Seattle.
Yeah, it's too rainy. But the state's pretty, I heard.
Yeah, it was nice, but I don't think I could live out there.
Yeah. What else?
Now they have cruises. Now it's on the water, so there's cruises that I could take.
Yeah.
So that's technically a win for me.
You could take like I know people when I went to Hawaii.
Or I could take a cruise from Alaska.
Yeah. You could get like a one-way flight to Hawaii real cheap too.
Mm-hmm.
From Seattle. What else? What's another city that you've been to that I haven't?
Charleston, South Carolina.
Never been there.
It's nice.
In Charleston.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
You ever been to Kansas City?
No, not yet.
Have you been to St. Louis?
Yeah, St. Louis was nice.
Yeah, I stopped in St. Louis on the way out there. What else did I do? Have you ever been to Chicago?
Nope.
Yeah, I haven't been to Chicago. Trying to think. Boston?
No.
Yeah, I drove past Boston, but never stopped in the city. I should have stopped in the city,
Mm-hmm.
just for the time of it,
Yeah.
But what else did I not do? What about Washington D.C.?
Yeah, I've been to Washington.
Yeah, I've been there too.
I want to get back there soon.
Baltimore, Philly.
Yeah, I've been to Baltimore. That's where you're going to live soon.
Huh?
That's where you're going to live soon.
Yeah, right. What's
Your dad
city?
is?
Oh, have you been to Atlanta?
No. Dave
Mendoza's been to Atlanta.
Yeah, well, he used to live there.
He used to live there. He used to work at the Costco down there. Yeah, some of the guys here, they used to work in Atlanta, so they're like,
yeah.
So that's why when I think of them, I'm like, all right, that's Dave Mendoza's people, bro. Yeah.
All right, so we might have a guest on this show.
Who?
I'm trying to get Andrew to come on to tell you about Charleston because he did more research on it. Like I have my experience on it.
Yeah.
But I think Andrew's the best to explain it. So I'm going to see if he's going to come on. Because Charleston was a good city.
Yeah, I heard good things about Charleston, South Carolina.
Look, I had no complaints about it.
What is it? Vegas was very glitz and glamour. Whatchamacallit? Trying to think. But I want to try and maybe go to Salt Lake City. Salt Lake City is in Utah.
You see, the thing about living in Denver and Colorado is you're not too far from, like, you could go to Vegas. It may take you like a 3-hour flight. You could go to these places and it's not a far fly for you.
But it's a very isolated city.
No, I know, but like you're in the middle. So your flights, your drives aren't too bad.
Yeah. Well,
whereas
the
if you're
drive
coming
there,
from the east or the west coast, it's a big difference.
Yeah, so like they have Denver is like kind of like isolated. If you like, I was watching a video on this. Like, you're 8 hours from any major city. Like
From
Denver
where?
is. From where Denver is. The next city is like 8 hours plus away.
From what? Like what city?
Like Kansas City's 8 hours away from Denver. Salt Lake City's 9 hours away.
Yeah, but that's not too far.
Compared to how the East
8-hour
Coast cities
flight?
are have you seen how the East Coast cities are clumped together?
No, but an 8-hour flight or drive?
Drive.
Yeah, but a flight isn't bad.
A flight's not bad, but have you seen
Maybe like an hour or two flight.
Have you seen how the East Coast cities are clumped together?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like right
Philly,
next to
New York.
like Philly, New York, Boston, they're like right next to each other if you really think about it.
They are. They're not
They
too far.
really are. But out here, the cities are scattered around.
Yeah, that's the Midwest for you.
Yeah, so and like Wyoming doesn't even have like friggin' any major city there. Yeah, Denver's the hub, man. It's the friggin' hub.
Yeah, I liked it. I couldn't complain about it.
Yeah, so I want to see. I'm taking a trip at the end of the month, like a week off, and I was gonna plan on going to Montana, but the weather up there is kind of turning to rain, so I'm thinking California. I'll go visit Cali, maybe.
You're gonna drive to Cali?
Yes, sir. I'm gonna go there.
The most liberal city, or most liberal state.
Well, I mean, I want to see Yosemite. I want to see some of the hiking out there. Got to see my Cali. Got to see California, man.
I don't blame you.
California is a very, very, very nice state, Doug.
It is. There's a lot of stuff there, but it's also very liberal. But I think it's waking up.
Yeah,
I think they're waking up.
I think my brother out there who lives in California, I think he's waking up as well. He's like, I think it's time, man, because certain parts of California are red.
Yeah, they almost won.
They are red. Like there's pockets of red in California.
Mm-hmm.
It's not all just liberal.
They're waking up. All right,
And then if you really, what's up?
No, I sent Andrew the link, so I'm seeing if he's gonna come on.
And then they got Arizona too. Don't sleep on Arizona, man. Like,
yeah, that's by where, Nevada?
yeah, Arizona. They got Grand Canyon. That's about the only thing I know. I think Arizona.
Phoenix,
Arizona. So there's a Costco building in Arizona, Doug, and the guy that used to run Monroe's Depot runs Arizona's.
Oh, he does?
Yes, sir. Ask Jenny, ask Jeff who Greg Hardenbrook is. He used to run like the before Mike Hogan did.
Yeah, I sent him the link. Because Charleston was a nice city. If you want to go somewhere where you could explore, Charleston's it. Like, everything was walking distance from the hotel, so you didn't even have to get a rent-a-car. We took Uber to go to, like, the beaches. But I really enjoyed Charleston.
But I'm thinking to go to Florida next, man.
See, the thing with Florida is it's too hot all year round. Like, if you're living there in February, it's not that bad. February is not that bad. But like June, July, August, it's hot. Like when we've been on the cruises and we stop in Orlando in September.
Yeah.
You feel the heat. Like,
yeah.
You're sweating. Like that's why every time I come back from the cruise, my beard is off because I can't handle the heat.
Oh, okay.
Like,
I want to try it out though.
And then the honeymoon phase will be over.
And they come back to Colorado, and you have Colorado honeymoon phase again.
Like, that was a great trip. I'm glad I came. And you've been asking me for the last year, when you coming down? When you coming down?
I told you, man, but now I wanted to show you more of the state. It's just like I need time off, to kind of get out here, because the state, like, look at the shit behind me, bro. Look at that, like, that's in our state.
I know. As far as Colorado,
you can't find anything like that in New Jersey ever. Name a place in New Jersey that looks like that.
I can't tell you, but I do like the backdrop.
Just can't put a price tag on that. Can't put a price tag on that. Denver's definitely stole my heart when I first came here.
Yeah, I'd definitely go back. Like, I can't complain about it.